right now, talking about somebody we love to have, look at this. Look at how I haven't seen this guy, Kathy, in almost a year, and he looks as great as ever. AJ Pan, the guiding light,
your guiding light,
my guiding light. Yeah,
yes.
I feel like it's a soap opera name, but that's pretty cool. I'm digging the vignettes, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty good. This is going to be weird to say. I actually miss you.
Thank you. You think we're puppies?
Not yet, because now I'm a man of the cloth, so I have to.
Man of the cloth. Okay.
Yeah. So like we name deacons and stuff. It has to be very official now. So you're getting close. We're getting close from our text messages, but you're not there yet.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
No, he's not, AJ. No, he's not. No.
He's not yet, but I don't know. He's inching up there. He's trying to.
You know, I used that tanning cream that Joey Ace told me to, and it turned me orange. So that tells you about all you need to know.
Yeah, you can't trust Joey Ace. I've learned that the hard way.
AJ, this is your birthday week. It's kind of become an annual tradition for us to get you on. What's going on for your birthday? Any special plans now that things are starting to open back up?
This year makes up for last year, definitely.
Good.
I see. Thank you for this AJ Pan Poppy. Yes, I should now be your guiding Poppy.
Yeah, Rat Boy thinks that. Just so you know.
But yeah, it's gonna be a good weekend. Friday night we're having the bash at the home office at the Skinny.
Okay.
And then Saturday night is Titan Championship Wrestling on my exact birthday. Bringing in Ray Calitri, and we're gonna win the TCW Middleweight Championship. So it's gonna be a great weekend.
That's pretty cool. Now, so obviously Titan, that's a company that I'm starting to learn about little by little, but it just seems like they've had so much momentum in the last 6 months. For those who haven't been to a Titan show, what's that experience like?
It's very fun. I've mentioned it to you before on the podcast and to others. At this stage of my career, I just want to have fun in wrestling. I don't want to deal with BS and politics and all that. So I'm not too big league, but I want to pick and choose where I work now. I don't want to work every other company. And they're one that I've seen what they've done, and I enjoyed from people I've known that work there. They had good things to say about it. And I met the owners, and since day one being in the company, it seems like it's run really well. Had a great time. I love being there, and I'm looking forward to helping them grow and helping them find their light.
Now, you mentioned how you're going to be kind of in the corner of Ray Calitri, and Ray, obviously, still pretty involved with him with all the stuff in ECWA and all that. What's your opinion on Ray and the kind of stuff that he's been turning out in the last couple months?
Ray's been on fire. I've ever since his match with Ricky Martinez late last year. That was we talked about it backstage. Like, I pulled him aside, so we went to the curtain, and I'm like, dude, that was it. Everything snapped for you. Like, keep this momentum going. And he took it to heart, and he's been pushing forward with the vignettes and getting his character over and training more. And yeah, from what I've seen, he's been doing fantastic. And I'm so happy to be working with him again, finally.
Is he the most driven guy that you've ever been in their corner?
The most.
That's a tough one. I know that's tough.
I'm going to say because this is kind of from being there with someone kind of from the start. Even though he was wrestling a little bit before, but he had an injury, so we kind of started from scratch when I first brought him into ECWA. And so in that sense, yes, but otherwise, I mean, you can't like Asriel is so he's every day, like 3-4 times a week, he's at training. He's working to get himself better. If he's not training in the ring, he's training in his his athletics. He's lifting weights, doing all his calisthenics. Mike Law, he's one of my best friends of 20 years. We broke in together, and he's driven as any other person I've ever seen. He goes through his moments, but we're still in it for a reason. We still think we have a lot to give to the business.
Do you call Joey Ace lazy? Is that what you're saying?
Who?
I'm just kidding. No, so a couple months ago, AJ, I don't remember exactly when it started, but these vignettes started appearing, the guiding light, and you're essentially walking around, and you have become a savior to so many. Christ. You're performing miracles, it seems like, almost on the daily. What has been the kind of the inspiration for all this, for this total change from a lot of what you were kind of doing before?
It goes back to last year. You know, during the pandemic, it hit all of us hard, and it hit in different ways. There was a time, you know, when I was just kind of down and out myself. I wasn't working. I didn't have pro wrestling. I didn't have any of my clients. I had really nothing going on. The bars weren't really open here. I didn't have a place to hang out. You know me for so long. I'm a social person. So without having, you know, getting to see a lot of my friends, I took a hit. I'm not going to lie. You know, my mental health took a hit, and I just really wanted to lock myself away at points. And it got to a point where finally something snapped in me, and I could either stay like that, or I could reflect on my life and my career, and I could evolve. And I chose to do that. And after everything started going wrong, once I did that, things slowly started to turn around for myself. And I realized I had the light all along as an agent. I shined the light on everybody I represent, and I got them to championships. I got them to bigger stages. So why not expand that? And not only to them, but to myself.
Now, what kind of changes have you kind of experienced since kind of adapting this new outlook, not just to wrestling, but to life, it seems like?
I feel a lot better. I mean, honestly, I was in a dark place last year. I mean, the last time, you saw me with Joey, it was, I was ready to just walk away. I was ready to, I needed a break. I was burnt out mentally. And, once I accepted the light and I saw that I was your guiding light, I feel a lot better. And now things are picking up. I got Titan Championship Wrestling coming up, Upper Limit Wrestling I'm working in May 23rd. Bree Combination Wrestling should be returning in the summer. I've rekindled a lot of relationships. I've spoken to new talent.
The governor.
The governor. Yeah, the governor. So, that's part of the Holy Trinity. In the name of the agent,
cool.
The governor, your guiding light. AJ Pan.
I love it. It's all together. One of the fans actually wants to know, with this whole kind of outlook, the whole guiding light thing, how important is forgiveness to you? Is that something that you extol the virtues of? And is there a possibility maybe that we'll see some kind of return to things of the past that maybe you've kind of turned your back on in the past? It's a little vague, by the way.
I'm sorry, who was?
I just said that's a little vague, by the way, but that's what they asked. So.
No, it's actually a good question. It's a good two-parter. So the first part of it, forgiveness is a very big part of it. I don't know if you've seen, there's some other. I recently made peace with the gentleman known as Too Good. They're a group of Ace Andrews, Picasso, Leland Park. Okay. So we had issues in the past in BCW, and we finally, I extended an olive branch. I invited them over to the home office. We had a couple of drinks. We had some burgers for the boys. And
nice.
and we put things in the past and realized it's time to move forward. I'm enjoying seeing what they're doing in their career. They're following their light. So forgiveness is a big part of it. Now for the second part, you can forgive, but as the saying goes, you don't forget. Okay. So where I may put some things in the past and try not to have that anger that I did have maybe 5-6 months ago, I'll let bygones be bygones, but at the same time, it'll never be what it was with certain people.
Okay, I can understand that. By the way, as somebody who got to have burgers with the boys at some point not too long ago, I can tell you, AJ, I can see what I was missing out on. It's quite the experience, even if you weren't there.
So once I'm gone, they invited you out?
Basically.
I'm going to have a talk with Ray. All right.
But no, but it's absolutely tremendous stuff. And I'm so glad, AJ, that your career has, kind of continued on in spite of all the obstacles from 2020. It's kind of all about making lemonade out of lemons, I guess, to a certain extent.
Oh, 100%. Again, I could have let a lot of the things that happened personally and professionally take me down. And I've had a great career, so I could have hung it up and moved on. But after I took the time again to reflect, I realized I still have a lot more to give in the business. And other people reached out to me, and they said, you can't leave yet. You still have, work with me, or, you have stuff to, do behind the scenes. So I took that to heart. I thought a lot about it. And after a while, I decided time to step up. And show other people what they're missing, and kick up wrestling up a notch. Because I said while this happened, we're basically working with a clean slate now. Once we came back, there was a lot of turmoil, not only for myself but the wrestling industry. We saw a lot what happened over the summer. So a lot of big names were taken out of the card, and it was time, I think, for people who didn't necessarily, this is not a pun, but who didn't get that light shown on them, who didn't get that spotlight. Now there was a chance for them to step up, try something new, do something. So that's what I decided to do. I said, you know what? I said, maybe it's time the agent took a rest, and maybe I needed to have a new outlook on life, because I was carrying a lot of anger with me since Tartaglia, went on his hiatus. I was angry. Some of my best work.
Sure.
And it was some of my best work, but it gave me a lot of personal anger. So I feel a lot better now.
We got absolutely wasted for that period where he was just not running shows for the better part of a year. That was before the pandemic, ironically.
Yeah, that was a hard time. But and again, like what we did, we made lemonade out of lemons. We could have left the company. This is God honest truth. If it wasn't for me and Joey, the company probably would have stayed dead longer than it originally was. We went out there and created content. We went out there and we said our truth, and we got people talking about the company again. We had the belt defended in other companies.
Yeah. You guys were advancing storylines. There wouldn't have been a new Mid-Atlantic title, a legacy title, without you guys. Does it bug you, AJ, and not to be too bitter or too negative or whatever, but does it bother you to be on a show with a bunch of wrestlers who there's no promos, there's no plugging, it's just show up at the show on the day of the show? Does that bother you?
100%. It shows a lack of effort. You're just going in to collect the payday, and it's horrible when we're putting in effort 24/7. We're thinking about stuff. Well, okay, you don't show up that day. 3 days later, not even the car ride home, you're thinking, okay, even if they have nothing particularly planned, we have to build off what we did. We have to get people talking and want to come to the next show. Not just going on Twitter the day after and posting a gym selfie. What is that going to do for a show that you're working on? Yeah. But you have the buddy club, and it gets rewarded instead of the people who put the work in. And that's something I've always been against. But such is life, and you move on to other places, and you get appreciated for where you do put the hard work in on shows.
Well, I mean, if you could talk about this whole Holy Trinity thing that you kind of mentioned. Obviously we have the guiding light, we have the agent, and we have the governor. So is this like a kind of a three faces of Foley kind of thing going on, or what's the deal with that?
No, it's the union of because it's not a total change. It's not me becoming something that I'm not.
It's just three aspects of who you are.
Exactly, because there's still parts of the agent that were great, and the governor still. But with this new outlook on life, you have to evolve all of those together and become your guiding light. And that's where I'm going to lead others to success, not just the PCA, which I still, I've mentioned before, it's going to downsize. I'm going to keep it to a handful of people who were there for me, but otherwise I'm there to help out others. Whoever needs a light in their life,
that's a huge change. Okay. One of the fans wants to know what the celebratory drink is for the actual birthday celebration.
Saturday night it'll be Johnny Walker Black & Co. But because I have a show the next day, it's going to be cider and shots of Fireball. I got to take a little bit easy.
Okay. Yeah, you don't usually. I probably shouldn't ask that. Never.
I'm an open book.
I was going to say, yeah, but you don't usually drink on the day of the shows. So it must be difficult for you sometimes because that's a very social aspect of who you are, right?
Sure. Wait, why do I have to drink I could drink after the show.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, no, I meant before, just because like a lot of people drink because it kind of opens them up socially or whatever. That's not the case with you. I mean, you're just kind of, it's like it's you with the volume turned up to 20, I guess, when you have a couple drinks, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is that a fair enough? Okay. I got
all the inner childhood fantasies, I've been told, come out once I get to that point.
I got you. AJ, here's another listener one. They want to know what you think when you see lesser talented people on television and knowing that you've been on the indies for this long, just kind of toiling away?
Everybody's going to lie and say it doesn't bother them. I mean, for a second, even if we're a little while, of course, like, how do they make it on and you didn't? But then you get rid of that feeling, or you take that feeling and you just work harder. Some people have their time. Some people it takes longer. It's not the destination, it's a journey, I say. So, some people it takes longer, and you just got to keep putting the hard work, and you can't get discouraged. You go, keep pushing forward, and it should drive anybody. You take a day, you sulk and be like, man, how did they do that? I can't believe, who did they talk to? What did they do differently that I did? But then you're like, you know what? I'm going to put that into hard work. I'm going to keep creating content. I'm going to keep doing the best that I do when I go out there at ringside. And you're going to hope for the best. Or you're just going to have fun, too. When it becomes a job, it's time to leave. When you stop getting excited or nervous when you walk out, it's time to leave.
Now, you being the agent, and this is one of my favorite games to play with you, by the way. We did it, I think, the last 2 years, and I absolutely love it. So first off, is there anybody that you kind of see on TV? And I guess that there's like 4 or 5 different companies now on television. But, like, is there anybody that you see and you just think, like, man, I would just, like, absolutely love to represent them on any level?
Right now, that's a tough one right now. I've mainly just been watching the indie scene and who I'd like to work with, but
okay.
The selfish reasons, because I'm friendly with, I would say Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae in the way. I love what they're doing right now, so they immediately come to mind. Austin Theory.
I could see you hanging out in the living room with them.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I could see that, and I could see everybody's personalities dysfunctionally meshing well.
Yeah. That's cool.
So, off the top of my head, I would say that. That would be the group I would want to be involved in.
What do you think about, like, for example, we've seen some personas really undergo radical shifts in the last year. One that comes to mind, for example, Rat Boy showing her right now, Alexa Bliss, one of our favorites, both of us. What do you think about some of the stuff that she's been doing lately?
It's hot and cold. I liked it for a while. I liked it at the start of the gimmick with the Fiend. I liked when she would change, like, throughout the matches, and then, like, you'd see some, like, when she went to the old Alexa Bliss, she would put some expressions on her face where it's like, you kind of wonder, like, wait, like, now is she trying to escape? Does she not know what she's doing? Does she want to get help? And then they kind of faded away from that, and now it's just this one demonic character. And now you don't really see Bray too much, so I kind of know what to think of this one right now with Lily. But for the most part, I was enjoying it. I was enjoying the way she was working on the kind of 3 different characters.
Yeah, the Lily thing's a little weird. I got to admit, it's even for me, it's weird, and I'm pretty weird,
with no back and forth with Bray and his characters, it kind of falls a little flat for me.
Yeah, and like somebody else pointed out to me, it's like it's strange because it's like she's kind of adopted this like thing where she acts like she's 5 years old now, and it's like one of the things that really worked for her was like the inherent sexuality, and they somehow managed to like strip her of that while at the same time having her look almost the same. It's really kind of a weird kind of position that they put her in, I think. Just my thought.
Like at the beginning, it was, again, like she was like kind of like controlled by the Fiend, and she kind of like had like, I guess, an attachment, we could say. That was kind of interesting. And then she did the 3 Faces of Foley's. That I enjoyed. But then this whole new layer of it, I don't. I want to like it because I like her as a performer, but I can't really get into it.
Any women either on television or on the independents or whatever that you really kind of like where they're going? An honorable mention for me, for example, would be Chelsea Green. I was amazed that they would let her go. I really thought she was going to be a top star.
The Iconics were a complete shock. I don't know what they were thinking letting them go. That was ridiculous. They have a bright future wherever they go. Britt Baker is fantastic. Her work in the past year has, both promo-wise and in-ring work, has skyrocketed. So I'm a big fan of hers right now. On the independent scene, I mean, there's so many great girls out there right now. Thunder, well, even though she's on AEW on occasion, back and forth, Thunder Rose is great.
Yeah.
Ray Lynn, Heather Monroe, I'm a fan of hers. Danny Jordan. Right here on the East Coast scene, I'm going to say this right now. She's one. I've said it a few times. Notorious Mimi. She's has a great upside. Looking at her right now and seeing her work, everybody's gonna say it's too bold right now, but I said it in the past. At the stage in her career where I saw Tessa Blanchard at the same time, where I saw Deonna Purrazzo, and where I saw the now Skylar Story. If this girl keeps on the path she's on, I see that with Notorious Mimi.
There you go. That's a pan prediction right there. It's an exclusive. Yes. For us.
Yes.
I really am digging it. I am. A couple more names. I just want to get your thoughts. What do you think about Sami Zayn?
I love Sami and I love the character. I love what he's doing with it, but I want to see, he's such a great worker. So I hate seeing him just be the Weasley heel. I miss his 5-star matches.
How about MJF?
I'm so happy for what he's done. He took the ball and he scored so many touchdowns with it, from being on shows with him 4 years ago and slowly seeing that develop, and now just seeing him in main event angles every week. It's great to see. He's one of the top heels right now. I love him.
It's really him too. Like, that's really how he was.
Oh yeah. He was all right to me. I never had an issue with Max. But
he was a jerk to me.
Exactly. But he was. Yeah, he's such a talented guy.
Another name that always jumps out at me. It's somebody about a year ago that I thought was going to be a top guy in AEW. Now I can't make up my mind from week to week. What do you think about Sammy Guevara and the kind of transition, the roller coaster that he's been through over the last year?
I like Sammy a lot. I think the way they did the Inner Circle Pinnacle angle, that one or 2 weeks that he was gone and he quit, that was maybe that kind of messed it up a little bit. Like, if they would have just had him finally blow up at Max and Jericho stand by him and no, this is our group from the beginning, it would have made more sense to me. I think that might have hurt him a little bit. Otherwise, he's been kicking it, knocking it out of the park. He still has a huge upside. They haven't wasted him too much, so there's still time for him to grow.
All right, how about Bobby Lashley?
I'm a huge Miz fan, so I
that was
really
my
want
next
to
one.
see him get a longer run with the title, so that really hurt. But but Lashley, he's earned it. He's definitely earned it. While one of the good guys in the business, super talented, he definitely earned it. And yeah, I'm happy for him. And him and MVP. I wish they didn't break up the Hurt business, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah, sure. And that's definitely something we've talked about. And The Miz, that's somebody that I think you and I actually, we have a lot in common with that, because I think that The Miz has been very underutilized in the last couple of years. And I think he's consistently done very well with everything that he's been given. Do you think there's a chance, having just seen that documentary tonight, actually, 24 on the Peacock network, do you think that there's a pretty good chance, like I do, that he's probably going to have a pretty decent third title reign before he's done?
I would like to say yes, but I hate to say I don't see it. I think they kind of just gave him that, I hate to kind of thank him for all he's done, and I think he's sadly just settled in now into that upper mid-card echelon, and building him once in a while and then helping him get younger guys over, which is fine, but they had more with him. They had more they could have done with him. He's a great talker. His in-ring work has improved 1,000% since when he first started. He's great with media. He has a reality show. It's just, it's a shame they don't do more with him, but it's, he was in a WrestleMania match against Bad Bunny, so it got him a lot of eyes. He has to be credited a lot for that. So you know what? He's doing well. He's making good money. He's married to Maurice, so he ain't doing that bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's doing pretty well. So you have Titan Championship Wrestling, as you mentioned, this Saturday. Give us the details for people who maybe want to check that out.
Yeah, you can follow them on Instagram, Titan Championship Wrestling. It's in Jackson, New Jersey. I believe 7 p.m. bell time, but there are some extras before that. There's a secret show at 6:30. I don't know what that's all about, but
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, for a half hour, it's a secret show, so I'm interested to see what happens there. But the main part of that, is coming out to see on the high holiest day of the Church of Pan on my birthday. We're going to celebrate with a TCW middleweight championship win when Ray Kalitri defeats Nikos Ricos and JD Alpha. It was supposed to be sizzling Stan Styles in the match as well, but he suffered an injury. So Stan, wishing you best wishes, but he's out of the match. So better chance for Ray Kalitri to score that win.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Tell me Marlon Dinkins gets to work the secret show, please.
He should be kept a secret, Marlon Dinkins. I love Marlon, but yeah, we should keep him.
He loves me, so.
I'm sure he does.
He's got it even more now. I'm just playing, of course. I don't know. Sometimes you can't resist. No, it sounds like an absolutely tremendous time. And, of course, you still have Bree. And what was the other one? It was Bree. It's the trifecta
Upper Limit
for
Wrestling.
you. What was it? Upper
Limit Wrestling.
Upper Limit Wrestling. I'm not real familiar with that one.
They're having it's actually their debut show on May 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah, and I will be doing commentary for the first time in a while, rejoining with a good friend of mine, Cheyenne Ortiz. So we're going to be doing color for that, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, we already shot some promos and stuff for it. Had a great time with that. So again, same thing. The company seems like a lot of fun. The promoter had a good conversation with him. He has a good view on what he wants to do with the company, and he seems very open and. Yeah, it's open to suggestions. So it's good to have companies around again who are looking to have fun and open to different ideas. And not just, settling for the same old and the brother club.
I hear you. How do you feel about the announcing? I know it's something you've kind of done on and off over the years. Is that something that you really enjoy versus like being at ringside?
I love being at ringside, but sometimes it's fun to do something different. Again, I wanted to try something, and when the opportunity arose, I said, you know what, let me try it. Let's have some fun. It's working with somebody who I've wanted to work with again for. We haven't worked together for 5 years, but we're great friends. So when the chance happened, we said, you know what, hey, let's have some fun and see what can happen.
I love it. So AJ, if people want to kind of follow you on social media, check out everything that you've got going on, always releasing promos, like I said, always definitely willing to lend your thoughts on just about anything in professional wrestling. Where can people follow AJ Pan?
You can follow me on Twitter at AJPan_PCA, on Instagram, AJPanPC. And if you want to snag a really cool AJ Pan t-shirt, go to storefrontier.com, AJ-Pan.
All right. And I'm glad that you didn't give out your address because Kathy would have been stalking you for sure. So that was good that you didn't do that.
Yeah, no, we don't give that address. We only give the address to the Church of Pan, which you can come leave donations and
for
I'll
donations,
be going up to Venmo and Cash App soon for that.
Now, have you passed around a basket at a show? That's kind of what I'm expecting.
No, that's coming. That's coming soon because fans have been they want to donate to the clergy, the congregation.
I would think so.
Yeah, they want to support.
Congregation.
So, the congregation they want to support. So it's coming. It's coming. We're gonna have the donation bin, and I'm gonna have the Venmo and Cash App set up, so you could always donate there.
I love it. So this AJ Pan, and by the way, doing the video with you was so much fun. It's great to actually be able to see your face when we're doing this. It's kind of weird in a way, but I thought it really flowed well. So thank you for the time tonight as we head into commercial, AJ.
Definitely, always a fun time. I miss doing the wrap-up shows with you and Phil. We had great times doing that.
We got to start doing stuff like that online.
Yes.
That's what I was telling Phil. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we'll definitely be in touch, man. And best of luck at Titan Championship Wrestling this Saturday. And I'm sure I'll talk to you real soon, my friend.
Yes, definitely. Sounds good. Thank you.
My fellow Poppy.
Birthday. Always a great time. Since we're signing off, I'll do a shot of the official, the holy water.
And do you consecrate that? Do you consecrate that before you drink it, or?
Oh, no, I just wave the hands.
Okay. Oh, so now it's yeah.
That's it. Now it's
holy.
Fine. It's pure. Yes.
I'm right with you.
Woo! There we go.
Peace, my brother. Thank you so much for the time tonight. Happy birthday.
Take care, brother. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Kat.
All right. Love you, brother. I'll talk to you real soon.
All right, I'll talk to you soon, bro.
All right. And so the number, guys, if you want to call